Hi everyone, welcome back to Peaceful Oracle. This is your weekly reading for November 8th to November 14th. As I was shuffling the cards, these are the three cards that fell out, so I decided to just leave them there and just go from there. And then there's also a link down below of the timestamps for each sign as well, so I will be doing a weekly reading for each sign after I go through the general energies for this coming week. So this week is going to be about being focused, is what I'm sensing. Focused on exactly what we want to manifest. And I'm getting this feeling that we're all kind of stumbling on something. We are uncovering something that is more authentic and true to our life and where we want to go from here. And the Loyal Heart card for the beginning of the week, I'm hearing the word dedication and commitment. And for some of us, that's commitment and dedication to a relationship. It could be to ourselves with another person, to our families, or even to our life path or careers or some kind of purpose or mission. But I'm getting the strong sense that there's this one single thing that some of us are focusing on. And it's as if we are just dedicating ourselves to that one single thing. And so I am also hearing clearing up the clutter. So some of us may also be going through a transformational period where we're starting to look at our lives and seeing how the role some things have played. And we're asking ourselves if some things still need to be there or if it's time to close that chapter and to go on to the next thing. And so there's some decisions that we're being asked to make. It's like we're straddling the line between two different worlds. And I think a lot of us know what decisions we have to make or what direction we have to go in, even if it feels a bit unknown or some things just seem to be the clear answers, the clarity that we want isn't coming in the way that we want it to come. And so the loyal heart, I feel like, is also a loyalty to our path, a loyalty to our mission, a loyalty to our life, and staying committed to it, even if we don't always know the answers to how things are going to show up. I did see a specific message here about love as well. So some of you could be discovering that you find someone who is a perfect match, a mirror to you. So some of you may be coming into some really special connections. This doesn't always actually have to be romantic. For some of us, it definitely is. And for others, I'm seeing this could also be a partnership in the sense of some kind of special work that you might be doing together, or like a business partnership, or just kind of working on something together that forms this really deep, special bond together. So that's going to be a pivotal role in your life story, is what I'm hearing. So some of you may have some significant relationships that are starting to take shape and form in your life that have a significant part to play. And it's like it really changes the trajectory, and it changes the vibe, or just the undertone of how life is going to be from now on. And it's special. It feels good. And it feels divinely guided. It feels like destiny. I feel like destiny is a word that keeps coming up this month. There's something about being destined for something or being guided towards something. And I think a lot of us are beginning to have these experiences where we just know that we have to trust our intuition, that we have to just surrender to the idea that we may not always know the answer, but then we can also tune into some truth inside of us and follow that when we don't really know the path ahead. So the loyal heart plays a much bigger role than just simply a romantic relationship or finding a soulmate, which that could very much be for some of us. And I think for some of us, even if you have not met the person yet, it almost feels like you know it's coming. And what I heard from that, as I said that, is that that is something, if that's you, if you're someone that could feel or sense that someone's about to come into your life, um, and this is not, I feel like this is different from wanting someone to come into your life. This is different. This is, it's like, it's a knowing, something's about to happen, or some kind of connection is about to be made. So this is a loyalty to trusting your heart over what your ego mind might try to convince you out of. I think sometimes when we want to believe in love, and if you're someone who has had maybe some negative experiences in love in the past, it would be easy for the ego mind to protect you and try to convince you to not believe in fairy tales and not believe in love, or don't believe in this because you're going to get hurt again. So I almost feel like there's also a message here about having the bravery and the courage to believe in love, and that believe that love can happen for you, and it's not always like how things are in the past. So kind of watch for the thoughts, watch for the beliefs, because this is a really big month for manifesting, and what the energy that we're putting out is gonna play an important role. The space that we choose to take is going to play an important role with what's coming in for us. And so as we move into the middle of the week, we have the Blessed card. And this, I am hearing the words rising above situations. And I feel like there's something important here about awareness. I feel like this card is about having the awareness of how to, let me rephrase that. The awareness to know when to rise above certain situations when you're dealing with certain people, or when you're encountered with maybe some complicated issues. I feel like some of you might be really tuned in this week with being able to see through certain situations. Pay attention to those signals that you're getting, because they're blessings that are coming in for you. They are messages, they are intuitive hits to guide you to the right path. I'm also hearing unexpected offers or surprises with the Blessed card. Again, I'm hearing the word destiny, or something coming together, something that's destined, something that belongs with you. And so pay attention to that. There's something, and it also may not come in the form that you're looking at. You may kind of have an image of how something may come into your life. And so I'm also hearing is broaden your imagination of how something will come in, or what kind of messages may come in. I'm also hearing to tune in to more of listen to your intuition above all else. So if you're someone who listens to a lot of tarot and oracle card readings, or kind of listens to maybe there's a lot of opinions around you, everyone could come in with some of their 2 cents into what they think you should do, or what they think, and their perspective. And I'm sure that most of the time it's welcome. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it is. But above all else, what I'm hearing is to go make your intuition, what you hear, what you feel, what you're sensing, make sure that's number one, that's your priority, that should trump above all else, is what I'm hearing. And because that is coming from an authentic place in you that is specific to your path. I'm hearing that there's something here about also going at something alone, and but it's a really beautiful journey though, and it's about knowing that you are blessed and you are protected. If so, some of you are kind of starting to play around with this idea, or this knowing that pretty soon that there's something you're going to be embarking on, and you might be embarking on this new path alone, navigating it alone. Know that you are blessed, and know that you are protected, because it kind of feels like things are really starting to take shape and form, or things are coming into a more clearer picture, and you might be starting to see how things are going to change and in what direction. And so I'm kind of seeing a lot of us mentally preparing, emotionally preparing, getting ourselves ready for some radical changes in our life. And so know that you are blessed and you are protected and you are watched over, is the message that I'm getting for the blessed card. And as we go into the end of the week here, milk and honey, this is a time for acknowledging the hard work that you've done, is what I'm hearing. This is going to be really important. It's going to be part of your self-care and your self-love practice, especially as we're going into this new paradigm or this new shift in reality for many of us. And so learning how to celebrate ourselves, celebrate what we're worth and why we matter, is going to play a really important role, because it's going to attract more of those wonderful gifts that the universe wants to give us. And so don't underestimate, what I'm hearing is don't underestimate the importance of celebrating yourself and knowing your worth. Really getting in tune and in touch with that. That's going to be important. And also telling yourself that it's okay to enjoy things in life, that you don't have to feel, I'm getting this sense of guilt and shame, it's it's like a privilege to have fun or enjoy or be happy. And so there's some kind of programming that I'm sensing here with the milk and honey card that we need to, or we don't need to, but it's this energy of kind of relishing or enjoying, relaxing, letting loose, allowing ourselves to have fun, enjoy, and really teach ourselves to, if this is someone that kind of struggles with this area in their life, for teaching ourselves to know that it's okay to like things. It's okay to like your life. It's okay to enjoy things. And there's no shame or guilt that needs to be attached to that. So there's something really, I'm really sensing that there's something there's something to that, because it almost kind of feels like this resistant, this programming that's kind of lodged in some of us. There's this, it's really pretty solidified into our programming. And so that may come to the surface. It may not be even something that you're expecting, but it may be something that comes to your awareness of this idea of, can I allow myself to enjoy things? Just even the simple things, or like if it's your birthday or anniversary, or you just did a good job on something. Can I celebrate myself? Can I really feel that? Can I enjoy that? And why not if I can't? And so being able to slough off I'm seeing like a buildup of protection around us, because we're afraid to kind of express those more happy and joyous emotions, maybe because they make us feel vulnerable in a way. I'm not sure, but that's what I'm sensing here. So this is a lot about this coming week is really coming into our own unique path and getting in touch and in tune with it. So there may be some more clarity that comes in with, which way we're headed and what's coming in for us, and who we want to be on that path, and how do we want to approach it, and how are we going to navigate, the coming weeks, the months, and next year. So it's like it's just every week it's just getting more and more complex, but also really interesting as well. So I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are navigating a lot of the changes that are happening all around us well. And I'm going to go into the zodiac signs now. And again, the timestamps are going to be in the description, so you don't have to, you're more than welcome to, but you don't have to watch all the video all the way through. You can just jump to your sign here. So, okay. So I'm going to start out with Capricorn here for the week of November 8th to November 14th. And I'm using the Good Tarot. Two of Air. So I'm hearing with the Two of Air here that there's something about focus. What are we focusing on? Where are we focusing? It kind of feels like there may be some multiple things that are kind of happening all at once around you, Capricorn, but it almost kind of feels like you are choosing to just stay focused on one thing, is what I'm kind of hearing, because there could be a standstill in a way where, there's not a whole lot of movement forward. There's not a lot of progress. I'm hearing that there's progress that's happening behind the scenes, but it almost kind of feels like the way that you're approaching the specific standstill or the stagnancy of something could be that you're choosing to place all your focus on just one thing and not choosing to look at something else, is what I'm seeing. Okay, what else do we have coming up for Capricorn this week? Four of Water. Okay, so we're kind of resisting an emotional connection here, or we may be experiencing a resistance of emotional connection with another person, because Four of Water is often, the card of only kind of, I'm hearing only kind of seeing something from your perspective, like from your side of the story, or this could be someone else that you're dealing with. And then we have the Three of Earth here as well, which is kind of looking ahead. It's almost as if your perspective is just shifting, or your focus. I feel like focus is a big word for you this week, Capricorn. It's like you're choosing to place all your focus on one thing that just kind of makes sense to you, or it kind of helps you to feel like you're in control of something. That you're feeling like this is something that I can relate to. This is something that makes sense to me, because there could be multiple things that are happening around you where it just feels kind of uncertain, or this unshaky ground. And in order for you to feel safe or grounded, it's like you're choosing to pick one thing in your life that you can just place all your focus on, so you feel safe and in control and grounded there. Okay, let's clarify the Two of Air here for Capricorn. Oh, the Chariot. Okay, so, it kind of feels like there's a lot of changes. There could be a lot of fast movement, a lot of just a lot of things shifting and changing around you. And what I'm kind of getting the sense is that you might be resisting it. You might be kind of resisting these changes because it may be something in a direction that you're not comfortable in. You're not a fan of maybe the direction of how something is going. Let's pick one more here. Chariot card is a pretty big movement card though, and it's but there is something also here about balance, because Two of Air can also be come up when we are needing to rebalance our life. So I'm really feeling like there is a shakeup that you're going through, but it's kind of like you're needing to find some kind of grounding or footing to help you feel like you're in balance. Because the Chariot card, as things are moving forward, when that card comes in, it could also be this sense that, do I have everything I need, or am I in the right space in order to take on this this change, or this shift, this movement forward? Love. Yeah. Okay. So it could be in a relationship. It could be in your love life, honestly, that the things are changing and things are moving. And it's about needing to feel like, and it may be moving in an unknown direction. And so you're kind of just guarding your heart, or guarding yourself. You're not wanting to look at something, not wanting to focus on something. Or this could be someone else in your life that you're dealing with. Like, it doesn't have to be you. It could be the other party as well. But this is the dynamic that I'm seeing that's kind of happening for you in this coming week, where you may find that there's some kind of change, and it's almost like it's happening out of your control. It's happening out of, like, I'm not able to really stop this train that's going. It's going and I can't stop it, is what I'm hearing. So maybe something there with that. Okay, let's look into the Four of Water. And that may be why there's kind of like this emotional distance. So again, This could be you, or this could be someone else, or this could be just the dynamic between some kind of relationship or some kind of offer, or not really taking an offer, or not really taking the opportunity for something being offered to you and not taking it. And that could be, again, another person, or it could be you as well. Let's clarify the Four of Water for Capricorn. There's also an invitation I'm seeing to look at something on a deeper level, and kind of seeing beneath the surface of something to kind of make sense of it, or to understand it on a deeper level with the Four of Water. So there may be something here about also the past, kind of. I'm hearing there's something that could be triggering the past, triggering maybe memories of something where we don't want to look at it. Like there's a resistance here. There's a not wanting to look at something. So what should Capricorn do about the Four of Water and the Six of Water? And there could be something that kind of comes up in a dynamic that reminds you of something from your past, like it's triggering that. And so there's this invitation to for you to kind of revisit this specific experience, and there's kind of a resistance to that, like not wanting to look at that. So not wanting to take the invitation to look deeper and to explore something that could bring you healing. The Tower card. Okay. Oh my goodness. You guys have a lot of changes coming up here. Okay, so Fortune's Wheel and then the Tower card. Okay, so with the Tower card, what I heard was, okay, so what I heard is that for some of you, and again, this doesn't have to be for you, it could be for the person that you're with, just take it as how it applies. That with the Tower card specifically, is the reason there could be some resistance to not wanting to look at something is because it could bring a dismantling to what you have built your philosophy of life around. Like it kind of throws all of it into question, almost like your perspective on how you've always seen something or how you've always understood something is getting like thrown into a blender and being completely like tossed around or grinded up, you know, and just like completely just it's changing your perspective. So there's massive change here because of the Tower, and then we have the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is something coming kind of full circle, like some major cycle completing is what I'm hearing. And Wheel of Fortune sometimes is a change for the good or the bad, but it's more so about just change and how are we navigating the change. And I kind of feel like there's a resisting to the change a bit here, because it's kind of like breaking down some established beliefs that you have, or like a philosophy, or you know how you see the world pretty much, or how you conceptualize life, how you see things, how you understand things, like how you base your decisions off of. So that's kind of starting to, your perspective on everything is starting to change, and it's bringing up a lot of things, and it's almost as if it's just being thrown at you. And it's like something you didn't ask for, is what I'm hearing. Like it's kind of happening without your permission, is what I'm seeing here. So I'm seeing that it may take some time to kind of ground those energies and to allow yourself the space and the time to really process what's happening, or to really kind of come to a state of being able to give yourself the permission to come out of the Four of Cups. Okay, let's do the Three of Earth here. Seven of Fire. So I'm seeing that with the Three of Earth, I heard opportunity. So some of you may be getting an opportunity, or you may be seeing an opportunity for something. And the Seven of Fire sometimes can often be a card of boundaries, or sometimes it's also like not really letting people in. So kind of going at things alone, or kind of wanting to do something on your own or by yourself, going on a journey by yourself. And it's almost like this, with this, the Seven of Fire for this specific deck, I was kind of seeing it as, taking some risks on doing something on your own. But I also kind of feel like there is this guiding light for you as well with those fireflies. I always see those as guiding lights. So some of you, maybe in terms of work, you could be noticed, or an opportunity could come your way in terms of work where you're giving an offer, or for some of you could be getting an offer for like a project, or being hired on to be commissioned for some kind of project, is what I'm seeing here. Okay, so let's see what we have coming up for the Three of Pentacles. Sorry, Three of Earth, which is the Three of Pentacles, and the Seven of Fire here. Temptation. Interesting. Okay, so what I'm hearing is so what I'm hearing from Spirit is that they're saying to kind of approach something in a different way than you have always done it, because that is something you're kind of being pushed to do. I'm really getting the sense here that it's like you're kind of resisting some kind of forward movement, like not wanting to move in the direction that Spirit is encouraging you to move in, and because it's going to in the beginning, it may feel uncomfortable because it's a change, but there's also something about wanting to, it's almost like once you start walking that path, you'll find that this path is actually much better suited for you, because you will actually be able to showcase some skills or some talents that you have. There's like more space for you to showcase something that you can do, is what I'm seeing. But it's just kind of like a matter of getting on the path, or being able to be flexible enough to shift your perspective in that direction, to entertain an idea that, things are changing and maybe I need to be a little bit more open to it instead of the resistance. So I feel like this week there may be something about overcoming resistance and being able to allow yourself to see that maybe some of the changes that are happening, why they're happening, and how are they serving me in some way? How is it actually being a benefit for me? Because I think that there's something here about also perspective change to be able to overcome the resistance. So I think that's something that's you're going to be tackling this week. And also to remember to take care of yourselves, because you do have some massive changes here, and it's never easy. The change is never easy. And so there's something here, but I kind of feel like there's something here where you're kind of making it a little bit harder on yourself than it needs to be, because of the resistance. So that's what I'm seeing, because there is some really good forward movement for you. I feel like there's some kind of opportunities coming up here for you. And there's something here about needing to see it in that way. Yeah. Okay. Let's pick a guidance card here. Oh, actually, I also wanted to do this deck as well. I wanted to pick out a theme for this week. So what is Capricorn's theme for this week of November 8th to the 14th? Yeah, there's something really new and different happening for you, but it's almost like catching you off guard a bit. So you're like, what? What's going on? Embracing. This is beautiful. I embrace and love all of my life. So yeah, so this is kind of like maybe kind of going with the flow a bit more. Allow yourself to drop a little bit of your guard and to really see what Spirit is trying to show you, because I feel like there's something right in front of you, but you don't want to see it because it's not what you had in the plan. It's not what you planned for yourself. And so there could be a little bit of resentment there about that, because you're like, this is not how I thought my life was going to go. This is not the direction that I thought it was going to go. But then once you kind of overcome that, it's like, if I can just embrace what is happening. So, okay, so what direction is spirit taking me in? You'll start to find that like, oh, I actually like this much better. I didn't think of this for myself, but this might be something that I actually really like, and I never really entertained that idea before. So it's almost as if spirit is bringing you something better for yourself than what you had planned for yourself. Okay, let me pick a guidance card here. Okay, guidance card for Capricorn for this week of November 8th to November 14th. Oh, beautiful. Blessings. I feel like you're going to have a little bit of a turnaround here in terms of a gift. Kind of feel like it's actually could be money, could be abundance. Something coming in here for you, something that's kind of flowing, something that might have kind of run stagnant. But I kind of feel like there's a return, or there is a like a gift, like kind of like a cushion almost. I'm kind of feeling like some of you may get like a cushion or some kind of assistance. I'm feeling financial here with blessings, so there's could be something that will kind of help cushion something. So some of you have been experiencing that, a little bit of a low, kind of behind on some kind of loss there, or some kind of being behind is what I'm hearing. There may be some kind of gift that spirit wants to give you to kind of help cushion that. So you have some really cool changes coming up, actually, and you have some really interesting rerouting, almost is what it feels like. So I hope that this was helpful, Capricorn, and I hope you have a great week ahead. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll be moving on to Aquarius next. Hi Aquarius, thank you so much for tuning in to your weekly reading for November 8th to the 14th. I'm going to start off here with a theme for you for this week. So okay, so we have two themes here. Interesting. Okay, so we have emerging and beauty. Beautiful. And I really feel like this is more about you really coming into your own almost. I'm emerging into the light with joy and ease, and I'm deeply and profoundly beautiful. I love that. It's so beautiful. So yeah, this is almost about really coming into your own. It kind of feels like there is you're coming into your identity. You're really growing. And I feel like the solar plexus chakra is going to be very highlighted for you this week. So maybe coming into some insights about yourself, about your self-worth, your self-esteem, and really embracing yourself, embracing who you are, embracing your gifts, your talents, and just the essence of who you are, like really appreciating the person that you are, and what you bring to the table, and what kind of light you bring into people's lives. So I really feel like there's a boost in self-confidence and self-esteem here for you this week, which is really nice. I feel like that will kind of feed into some of the other areas in your life, and it brings this really invigorating and radiant energy to your week. So let's see what we have coming up here for you, Aquarius. Queen of Earth, beautiful. So I kind of feel like you're all about manifesting that abundance right now. I feel like you're really wanting to, this is really nice. Okay, so really wanting to come into a place of independence, a place of, autonomy, a place of being able to hold your own, and also to know how to nurture your life. I mean, Queen of Earth is a energy of kind of being able to enjoy her life because of everything that she has built for herself. And so there's a really strong sense of personal power here. And I feel like that energy is attracting some really beautiful connections that are coming in here for you, because you have the Two of Water, the Two of Cups. So this is, you know, could be, I'm hearing the word counterpart. So someone that matches you in that area, that matches that, which is really beautiful. I love that. Okay, and then we have the Page of Fire, which is creative ideas. So kind of chasing those creative ideas, because I think it really will help you to cultivate a new sense of abundance or growth here for you. So some of you may really find that you're getting some new ideas, or you may even find that, you know, there's some people that are coming into your life rather quickly. Some kind of like offer that's coming in pretty fast or pretty quick. And then you also have the Ace of Earth, which is gorgeous, because this is also the new beginning of abundance. This is a beginning of knowing how to, not knowing how to, but being able to have the opportunity, or something that has the potential to really bring in a lot of abundance for you. So there could be someone here that comes in with an offer or some kind of opportunity, that it could also even come in the form of an idea in your mind, where spirit kind of pours an idea into your mind of where to go next, or what to kind of consider or think about next. And it could be something that's almost like, I'm hearing like a million dollar idea, you know, something that really has so much potential and so much promise to it. So opening up those new paths ahead for you, Aquarius, is going to be really important here. To pay attention to those offers that come in and opportunities that come in here. And I feel like it's going to be a real reflection of the work that you've done on yourself. It's going to be a reflection of how you have built up this sense of self-worth in yourself. And so the external world is going to start mirroring that. And I kind of feel like that's what that Two of Water is as well. It's a mirror. Whatever you have coming in is becoming a mirror to, you know, your inner state, your inner world. And so that you're going to start seeing that come in, and it may be kind of like, you may feel like it's kind of slow to start, but it will start to pick up. And also continue to do that work on yourself. So whatever you're doing, it's working. Just, it takes time for it to kind of like the engines to start really like revving up, you know? So I'm hearing like, just keep going, because don't stop the momentum, you know, like don't think that it's not working and so you just stop. Keep it going and have that faith that it's at the right time, when it's meant to come, the right things will fall into an alignment and into place, and it'll come. The opportunities will come, the relationships, the partnerships, everything will come in the right time. Just don't stop what you're doing is what I'm hearing. So keep going. You're on a good path here. Messenger of Water. Beautiful. Okay. Messenger of Water. So with the Messenger of Water, I'm kind of seeing here that, you know, I'm hearing being discerning, but being kind of diplomatic with someone. So with the Messenger of Water, it could be someone that comes in that's a little bit, I don't know, I guess that they could be a little bit like immature, almost like they don't, like they kind of come in with an innocence to them just because they don't really like know any better, but at the same time they're not really coming in with like with this genuineness to them. Like they're kind of just a bit unsophisticated in their communication as well. Not really being, they're also like not, I'm seeing like there's someone that's not able to see other people's side or perspective. Like they only see something on how it's looking to them from their perspective. And they may sound like they get the other person's perspective, but they really are just looking at how things look like for them from their side. And with the Four of Earth, it kind of feels like there's something here about really needing to hold on to some kind of finances, or hold on to like not really sharing is what I'm hearing. There's something about communication here. Something about communication here that's not really coming into focus, and it feels like it's in a relationship with someone. Is what I'm seeing. Like it's off. Like it's off alignment. Like two people are not seeing eye to eye, or two people are not seeing, like they're not on the same page. Is what I'm hearing here. Let's pick a clarifying card for this. The Messenger of Water and Four of Earth. Yeah. The Tower card. Interesting. Yeah, there's like something here about I don't know, like there's this energy here that feels like there's something kind of, and I feel like you may see through somebody, and so it kind of gives you an idea of this may not like be what I thought it was. So something kind of comes breaking, like crumbling down, or like some kind of, or someone may reveal a side of themselves, like kind of give themselves away, and you see them for who they really are. You see a side of them for who they really are, and so that kind of distorts. It actually doesn't distort, it actually comes into focus, and you start to see how your perception might have been distorted with somebody in your life. So kind of look out for that. Look out for any kind of intuitive hits that you get when you're interacting with someone, where you kind of look at them, or you're listening to what they're saying, and it's like, what? That doesn't make any sense. I don't understand. And and it could be just that they're like really good at like convincing people, like they're good with their speech in terms of trying to get people to buy into what they're saying. But then as you like really think about it, and you're like, well, that doesn't make any sense actually. So yeah, so kind of watch out for that. Some kind of, if you kind of feel like something's off in a communication with somebody is what I'm hearing. So interesting. Okay, what else do we have coming up for Aquarius this week? 10 of air. Okay, so yeah, so releasing yourself from a burden is what I'm hearing. And I know that 10 of air is often a pretty intense card, but it kind of feels, I actually love when 10 of air comes up in this deck because of the lightheartedness of the freedom that is symbolized in this card. She's not laying down, covered in swords, feeling completely defeated. It's an ending to that. It's her feeling light. It's her feeling like she can finally let go and she can release, and she has the answers that she needed in order for her to make her decision and her choices so she can fly in the direction that she wants to fly in. And then that strength card is the courage to embrace that. And I'm almost getting emotional. So this seems like a pretty important thing that's happening. To finally allow yourself to see reality for what it is what I'm hearing. And that may be difficult because sometimes we can live in a state of denial or feeling like, this is what I need to believe because we might have invested a lot into something. And so this is about opening our eyes. And the minute we open our eyes, opening our eyes to the reality of something does take strength. It takes a lot of inner strength and courage and bravery. When we no longer are lying to ourselves about something. And so when we can do that, we find that in the beginning, yes, it's painful and it could be like this tower moment, kind of traumatic. But at the same time, it also gives you direction of, okay, well, now I know where I need to go from here. Now I know the direction. I have my answers. And so you're no longer kind of living in this fog or this confusion. So this week you may find that you have some mental clarity about something and something finally clears up for you and all the pieces fit together and you can kind of plan out the steps you need to take moving forward based off of what you are gathering with your like research or what you're kind of observing about something. And then we have the Emperor here. It's really powerful. So I think that here for you, Aquarius, the Emperor could be, for example, someone in your life who has this Emperor energy, someone who could be kind of controlling, dominating. There's an imbalance of power. So maybe you're seeing them for who they really are. This could also be you stepping into your power. This could be you becoming. There's a lot of lion energy here because we have the strength, and then we have with the lion on there, and then we have the lion here showing up as the Emperor. And I really kind of feel like this is all about having that bravery and that courage to own who you are. And I kind of am wanting to go back to this emerging and beauty cards here, where you're really emerging into yourself. You're coming into a sense of empowerment. And coming into that sense of empowerment sometimes requires us to really take some brave choices and to look at the hard stuff, to admit to ourselves where we have been out of alignment or where we have been not entirely within integrity of what we really want. But the beautiful thing about this, though, is that once we kind of allow that to be what it is, we can step into more of a place of empowerment and truth and integrity and alignment with ourselves. So I think that that's a beautiful thing. I mean, I know that there's some heavy endings coming up for you, so it could be something that you need some time to process, but just know that you are the Queen of Pentacles. You are the Emperor. I really feel that. And I think that you are much more powerful, and you are only growing more into yourself by other things that are not authentic to you are dismantling and falling by the wayside. Okay, let's pick a guidance card here for you, Aquarius. Guidance card for Aquarius for the week of November 8th to the 14th. Peace. Beautiful. Yeah, there's some really nice inner peace that may be coming in here for you. I kind of feel like you're not really going to... I feel like you might have been on this, like, I'm hearing the word seesaw. So back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, like up and down, up and down. What do we do? What do I do? I don't know if I'm doing this right. So it's kind of like that. And I kind of feel like this week you may come into a place of stability where almost like you're making your decision. I really feel like you're making a decision about something. And so that is going to help you to bring a sense of inner peace, because it's like the path is shown ahead and you have clarity about something. That it's no longer kind of like this guessing game or a self-doubt. I kind of feel like there's more of I'm pretty sure that this is the direction I'm going in. And now it's about kind of tackling what it would take for me to make those steps forward, or to kind of start creating that change for myself. So it's a pretty important week for you, Aquarius. It's filled with lots of decisions and choices and things being revealed to you, and, you know, life kind of asking you, here's the truth. What do you want to do about it? And so, so that's kind of something you can take your time with it. You know, there's no rush. What's truly meant for us I always believe that what's truly meant for us will wait for us. It's never, I don't believe the whole, you know, you're missing the opportunities, you're going to miss your train. I don't like that panic that instills in people. So what's truly meant for you will wait for you. When the right time is right, it will be there. So so you can rest easy, you can have that peace, and that there is kind of like a path opening up for you here. So just kind of take it, you know, a little bit at a time to kind of really help yourself ground and embody and integrate all the changes that are happening. Okay, beautiful, Aquarius. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope that was helpful, and I will be tuning into Pisces now. Oh, okay, Pisces. We have quite a few cards here for you for your for the theme of the week here for November 8th to the 14th. We have awakening. We have transformation and focus. I'm joyously awake, aware, and ready for anything. I'm joyously centered and safe as wonderful changes occur around me, and all of my thoughts are directed toward my highest good. Beautiful. So as I'm shuffling your tarot cards here, I'm going to focus in on these three. This is the theme for your week here. So you're definitely coming into a significant change, as, you know, I feel like so many people are changing right now. That's just what's happening. But there is something here about you coming more into focus. I kind of feel like I want to put focus and awakening next to each other, because it kind of feels like there's some kind of purpose or some kind of like idea or something or direction that you want to go in that's coming into focus here. And I think simultaneously as you're doing that, you're also changing internally. So there's quite a few changes that are happening. So as you're changing internally, your outer world is also changing as well. And it's bringing about an awakening or a clarity about your life. And you're kind of just noticing the things around you and being able to feel and sense things on a different level is what I'm hearing. You're able to really tune in. So your intuition may be very heightened this week. And you may find that there may be some radical changes that you start making to your life that even surprise you. You know, it could be that you're completely wanting to change where you're living, or, you know, all of a sudden you just don't want something anymore. You know, you don't want like, there, you know, just kind of just completely shifting into a different vibe or frequency is going to create a lot of changes in your taste, in how you see things, what you believe in, that kind of thing. So there's a lot of transforming in that sense, where it's almost like you're completely becoming this new person. Okay, what else is coming up here for Pisces for November 8th to the 14th here? What does Pisces need to know for this week, for November 8th to the 14th? The Hanged Man, very nice. Okay, so this is about surrendering to the changes, and this is about allowing the changes to happen the way they need to happen. And this is also about, again, a lot of times the Hanged Man comes in, as I see it, as awakening, you know, because when we go into that place of surrender and kind of allowing those changes to happen the way they need to happen, we have these moments of awakening and surrendering to the divine, that sometimes we are not in control of how things play out, and having the peace in being able to trust in spirit and trust in our higher power and trust in ourselves, that we'll know that when the time is right, we'll know what direction we need to go in. Okay, let's do a clarifying card for the Hanged Man. I'm also hearing that, like, I'm afraid that I'm not ready for the path. That's what I'm hearing. Like, it's kind of happening, but I'm afraid that I may not be ready. Like, what if I'm not ready? What if I didn't learn all the things I needed to learn? But I'm hearing that you are ready, and that it's going to be kind of normal for that energy to come through. Because anytime we're faced with like moments of really great change, the ego is going to come in and try to resist it. You know, it's going to try to, those thoughts are going to start coming in to convince us that we are not enough, that we're not ready, that we don't know what we're doing, and you're going to just like crash and burn when you walk on this path. And because it wants to keep you, you know, in that space of not expanding, not growing. And I'm kind of feeling here that, you know, what this tells me with the Nine of Fire, I really love this card in this deck, because it feels, this card always gives this energy of being able to, oh, no, it said right here. Being able to manifest what we want to manifest based off of the fact that we know what we're doing, because we have walked a path and learned a lot of lessons. So the Nine of Fire is a card of, you know, I always see it as like the wounded warrior. You know, we have had to learn some harsh lessons, and so that's how we know, like, you know, who to trust or what not to trust, or the red flags, and how to pay attention to things, and kind of be able to build go forward in our life with this sense of wisdom. And also like knowing how something works. I always kind of look at her, and it's like she knows exactly how to manifest and create magic, you know, and it's because it's like she has some kind of inner knowledge or inner wisdom to create something for herself. So I kind of feel like the minute you surrender or let go, that you're going to step into a space of like oh, I wanted to say enlightenment. So yeah, so that energy may come through here for you. And with the Page of Fire, it's like these new ideas start pouring in. I kind of feel like you may find that you get really inspired by an idea this week. Something may really catch your attention, and it's kind of like in the moment where you just kind of relax or let go of something. Like there may be like just a moment where, you know, you decide that you're just going to stop thinking about everything and just take a second to just, you know, be in the moment and relax. And that's when, boom, that's when an idea comes to you and you're able to like create something or manifest something for yourself here. Okay, what else do we have for Pisces? Three of Water. Beautiful. Okay, so there's some collaboration is the word that I heard here. Yeah, okay. So there's a lot of creative cards here, creating, manifesting for you. Wow, okay. So Five of Fire is also, so there could be something that you're going into that either one has competition, and so you're competing with others, because we have the Three of Cups and then we have the Five of Fire. So this could be some kind of competitive field that you're starting out in. I mean, you have other people kind of that you might be, you know, competing against, or there's, but I'm also kind of seeing that this is also about standing out. With the Five of Fire, with this particular deck, this is also about standing out and being unique. Now, what I hear from Spirit is that this is not about trying to be unique. This is about being who you really are, you know? So this is about getting in tune with what's authentic to you and shining that and allowing that to kind of speak for itself. So the Magician card is a powerful card. It's about manifesting, about where we want to go from here. And so for some of you, it could be that you're collaborating with other people, that you're working with other people on a project or something different. You may be invited to work with other people. But then what I'm also hearing with the Five of Fire is to make sure that you bring your authenticity with you. So if you are being brought on into a project, or you're being invited to like work with a group of people, that you have something valuable that you can offer the group, something that's unique to you, and that's something that only you can offer almost, you know? And that's why it works so well. It's kind of like everybody brings their unique talents to the table, and it really creates like this really harmonious or beautiful, you know, symphony of something, of whatever project you're creating and working on. So this is really cool. There's a lot of manifestation opportunities and creation here. So this is really, really beautiful here, Pisces. Let's see what else we have coming up for you this week. What else do we have coming up for Pisces? Two of Air. Okay, so I'm kind of just seeing here with the Two of Air that you're being just very careful with the decisions that you're making. I'm seeing that you're just kind of like weighing out your options really, really heavily. So really up in the mind space and making sure that you are making the right choice and decision. So there could be a situation here where you're wanting to release yourself from, you're wanting to leave a situation or something that might have caused, that just kind of feels like a heavy burden. But it kind of just feels like though you are on the fence about how you want to do it, when you want to do it, that kind of thing. So that can really play a role in, you know, how, like maybe how quickly something manifests. It kind of feels like there's something that you need to let go of, something that has just kind of run its course, and it's maybe causing you to feel a bit conflicted inside, where you're up in your headspace kind of thinking about how do I navigate this. So it's almost like you're going to take a minute or a second to really think about something before you move forward, is what I'm seeing here. But let's do a clarifying card for Two of Air and Ten of Air. Clarifying card for Two of Air and Ten of Air. Temptation. Yeah, okay. So this is kind of not going back to old patterns, is what I heard. Not going back to old patterns, not allowing the past to repeat itself. And again, that's what I heard with, like, in the beginning, where, you know, I'm not ready for this, or did I do enough work on myself? Like, do I trust myself that I can really walk this new path that's being presented to me? And I think that right here, it's just about believing that you are ready, you know, and sometimes we're not even always 100% ready, but we start walking that path because we know that it's time, you know, that's what it kind of feels like. So with the temptation card here in the 10 of air and 2 of air, is it kind of feels like there may be some self-doubt that comes in for you this week, where you're doubting like if you're capable enough, or if you're ready for something, and you are ready for something. I think that this is something of, again, that ego that comes in like right before we're ready to do something really big, or something that is just amazing for our life, and it's going to just shift everything or create something. That ego comes in and tries to hold us back. You know, it kind of gets in our head and we get really confused about what's going on. So just kind of keep an eye on that, and just remind yourself like, nope, that's just, you know, my ego trying to take me off my course. I'm definitely pay attention to the way something makes you feel. I feel like that's what Spirit is saying, is to if you ever kind of get stuck in that headspace of doubting yourself, if you're like trying to make a choice, should I do this or should I not? Tune into how that one thing makes you feel on the inside. Like, take your mind out of it and tune into like what your heart and what your spirit is saying. How does it make you feel? Does it make you feel inspired, excited, happy, joyful, like you have options and possibilities, and you start dreaming, and you kind of let your imagination take you away with all the possibilities of how something can turn out if I go down this path. So if you get that kind of reaction, that means that you're on the right path, that you're choosing the right thing, and it is meant for you. But if it kind of brings a lot of anxiety and fear and stress and worry, and not really sure how something, you know, then you kind of know it's a bit toxic, and it's not really necessarily maybe something to think about, you know? So just kind of tune into how something makes you feel, and kind of follow those breadcrumbs, follow that trail, is what I'm hearing. So maybe this month or this week is a good week to kind of take a little bit of the mind, the overthinking mind, out of the picture a bit, and tune into how something is setting you on fire, like some kind of idea, or some kind of, I feel like it's an idea or project here. Okay, guidance card for Pisces this week. Guidance card for Pisces this week. Peace. Wow, beautiful. Yeah. So choose the route that helps you to feel the most peaceful, is what I'm hearing. I kind of feel like there's a need to kind of quiet the mind a bit this week, because you might be overthinking something. And it may just be something that like really kind of, you may be having a hard time balancing between the mind and the heart here. So finding a balance would be really important this week, because I really feel like you have some really wonderful changes coming up for you. And so we don't want to lose that focus. Okay, Pisces, I hope that was helpful. And moving on to Aries next. Okay, Aries, what is the theme for the week here for you? What is the theme for Aries this week? Strength. All right. I have deep inner strength and glorious vitality. So maybe that strength is kind of going to be a little tested here this week. Maybe someone might, I'm hearing testing your patience. So there may be someone testing your patience here. Yeah, there may be some kind of thing you're dealing with, or some kind of situation or dilemma that's coming up here for you, and it might be really kind of asking you to draw upon those reserves. That's what I'm seeing here. Let's see what we got going on, Aries, for the week for November 8th to the 14th. 4 of air. Yeah, needing to rest, needing to rejuvenate, needing to kind of detach from something. I kind of feel like there's some kind of drama or something kind of going on around you. And it could really just be a time for you to just kind of disconnect from something. I'm seeing a trip, and I'm seeing a short trip. So maybe some of you could be getting away, just kind of like booking a hotel or a vacation or something where you can just kind of detach your mind and get away from something. I think that that's going to be important. Yeah, Tower. Okay. So something kind of really breaking down, some kind of foundation breaking down. What else do we need to know about the Four of Air and the Tower? And it could feel, and I feel like it's something that's just kind of like, I don't know what to do about this, and I don't really have too much control over it. So there's like a need to, and I'm kind of seeing like you've been trying to manage something for a while. Like you've been trying to kind of coordinate or manage some kind of dynamic for a while here. Messenger of Fire, okay. I believe I kind of got this energy from you for the monthly as well, where there's kind of some situation you're trying to deal with, but then an idea comes in. And I kind of got that same message here with the Messenger of Fire, where there might be some kind of idea that comes in that helps you to, or some insight is what I'm seeing, some insight that comes in for you that helps you to kind of figure out how to navigate your way out of something. And then again, we have the call here, which is, I kind of feel like this is almost like the Judgment card here. You know, there's something kind of, something coming to light is what I'm seeing. So something coming to light with the call. And then we have the Five of Earth. So this is all about almost like recovering or searching out. I'm kind of seeing there's a movement out. Some of you could be moving out of somewhere because there's been some kind of setback or loss. It could be financial. Or something having to, some kind of stability being broken down. And so it's almost like there's a call for some kind of massive shift. There's some kind of massive shift that is being taken out so something else can come in. And right now it's really testing that. Yeah, so you have the Strength card twice here. So there's really something testing your strength, your inner strength. Okay, let's see what else we have coming up for you, Aries, this week. The King of Earth, okay. Ten of Air, okay. Yeah, some kind of major ending. The Ten of Air, I always say that I like the Ten of Air in this deck because of the lightness in it. You know, it's kind of like an ending to a heavy burden. With the King of Earth, I'm kind of sensing that there could be, you know, someone here that has some kind of long built foundation, and something like major is shifting or happening in that foundation. Okay, let's pick a guide or a clarifying card here for this. Okay. All right, so there's a Five of Water, which is disappointment and loss. And then we have the Fool. So the Fool card is, a new beginning. So every time we have that ending, we have a new beginning. So there is this new beginning, and it kind of feels like, like there's this, like it's happening, but not really sure, what's going to come out of it here. And then we also have the Queen of Air as well. Now, the Queen of Air is someone who can solve problems quickly. So there may be someone that comes into your life that can help you solve some problem quickly. Someone that has like very good, I'm hearing the word acumen, and wisdom, like can kind of see into a situation with clarity and can help you to resolve some kind of calamity. So some kind of some kind of situation that kind of feels a bit overwhelming at the moment. So I really do see assistance and help coming in for you, Aries. So there may be some people around you that can kind of come in and help you to deal with some kind of, some kind of loss or some kind of paperwork, or helping to rebalance and regain equilibrium or stability here. Okay, I'm going to pick out a couple of different guidance cards here for you, just because I kind of feel like you need it here. Okay, Aries, what is coming up for Aries this week? Guidance card for Aries. What should Aries do about this situation? Guidance card for Aries, please. Something helpful for Aries. Here and now. Okay, so what I'm hearing is like staying diligent and focused. I'm also hearing don't project too much in the future. There may be something here about like worrying about how things are going to happen or what's going to happen into the future. And also maybe kind of reflecting back on the past and kind of ruminating about where something went wrong, or how we should have done something differently in the past. So I'm kind of seeing there's this message of staying focused and staying in the present, because it could be really conflicting and really confusing if we do too much in the future and too much in the past. So that's a message that's coming in here, because you could just be like almost like torturing yourself by, rehashing all like mistakes or anything like that, and then in the future kind of like, well, what are we gonna do, kind of like too much, not saying that we shouldn't prepare or anything, or kind of assess and review, but there is almost like sometimes it's like too much, like where it's not really helpful for the situation anymore. So that's what I'm seeing, that kind of stay grounded in the moment, stay focused. Okay, so what else does Aries need to know? Not for you. Okay, so it's kind of almost as if, and it may not be a helpful thing to hear, but it's almost as if there's something here that, it's almost like it's time for something to kind of shift out of your life. Like if we kind of change our perspective on it, that there may be something that is leaving because it's no longer meant for you, or it's no longer part of your path. And so that's why it's kind of taking an exit. And I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure what is leaving, but with this not for you card, I'm kind of sensing like there's a rerouting, or there's something where like that cycle is ending. And now they're telling me to turn the deck over here, because I know I saw this, but I wasn't sure. So they're telling me to show the bottom of the deck, which is the Fortune's Wheel, which is, a turning of tides. Sorry, I didn't want to do it like that. Okay, I'll just put it here. So the Fortune's Wheel. So Fortune's Wheel is a massive turnaround. It's a massive shift into a completely different direction. And it usually happens when we have the Tower or the World card, where there's some major ending that's happening. So, I mean, I'm not sure if that's helpful to hear with so many changes that are happening, but there is something here about where there's kind of like a cycle. I'm hearing karmic cycle, so there could be some karmic cycle that is nearing its end. And so it's just coming to that place where it's time for, the path to move into another trajectory here. And that's why it's kind of happening in that way. Let me pick one more here. I'm going to ask what is something positive that Aries can look forward to in these changes? Okay, forgiveness. So forgiving yourself, and I was going to say that with the here and now, where it's like if you're kind of projecting into the past and kind of rehashing something, so it's going to be important to forgive yourself. We always do our best with what we're given and what we knew how to do at that time. So it's like being able to forgive yourself can help you to release some of this pressure or this burden that we may be putting on our shoulders, or some of that self-blame. and also maybe forgiving other people in the story here, and then trust. So I really like that the trust card came up, because that's always a reassuring thing to see, that there is a plan for you and that there is something that is going to readjust itself and straighten itself out. I really kind of felt that. I think I felt that in your monthly reading as well, Aries, where, you know, with the messenger of fire, I kind of felt like there's some kind of solution or some kind of idea that will come in for you that will help you kind of resolve and put to rest the energies that are shifting around here. But I know that it's an uncomfortable shift. So I hope you can hang in there, Aries, and I hope this was helpful. Yeah, it's kind of, I know things are kind of being shaken up here. So, okay, hang in there. And I think that hopefully things will kind of settle out here. Because I really like that the messenger of fire is there. Let me pick one more for the messenger of fire here. What else do we need to know about the messenger of fire? Six of water. I feel like maybe it's someone from your past. Could be someone from your past that comes in and kind of lends a hand, or some kind of idea. So I do see people kind of coming in and helping, and you have assistance there. So, okay, Aries, that is your weekly reading for the week of November 8th to 14th. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I'll be moving on to Taurus next. Okay, Taurus, what is the theme for you this week? What is the theme for Taurus, the week of November 8th to the 14th? Ooh, and your card fell on the floor. So give me 2 seconds here. Pleasure. You know, and I swear this is the energy that came up for you in your monthly reading as well, where it's like you're kind of just really indulging and enjoying yourself. So this is all about pleasure, being happy, being enjoying. Even if there's things going on around you, it's almost as if you are just wanting to kind of just be in your happy place. And so that's what I see. My life is deliciously joyous. And I believe your theme card was joy as well for the monthly reading. So yeah, this is all about enjoying yourself, Taurus. And I'm not surprised that this card came up for you this week. So some of you may also be kind of really going out with friends, going out somewhere. So lots of social settings. And if not, some of you could just be really engaging in some things that simply just bring you a lot of happiness, joy, contentment, and peace. And again, even if things are going on around you, it's almost like that's where you're going to place all your focus this week to help you kind of reground and come back to yourself here. Okay. What do we have coming up for Taurus this week of November 8th to the 14th? 5 of water. Okay, so maybe there was some kind of loss or some kind of disappointment is what I'm seeing here. 8 of fire, but I kind of see you wanting to just move on. I kind of see that, you know, maybe there might have been a breakup or some kind of betrayal or some kind of heartbreak that had happened already. And it's almost like you're just in this space of healing and, you know, working on yourself, or kind of just comforting yourself and giving yourself that love and attention and care. So I kind of feel like this month in November for you and this week is just going to be all about looking on ahead and looking forward to your future and healing, you know, the things that might have happened or the things that are going on. But there's also this optimism to you as well. Like you're not going to, it's almost like you're choosing to not really wallow in, you know, some of the things that are happening. You're just going to be like, you know what, I'm just going to be happy because life's too short. And then so we have the 3 of earth and the 6 of earth, which is really beautiful. So there may be some kind of opportunity that comes in with work. There may be some kind of acknowledgement or wanting to collaborate with someone with work. Some of you may be joining a company, or some of you may just be, what I'm seeing is kind of enjoying your work a little bit more. So maybe you enjoy the people that you work with, like you really like your workspace. So there may be some, I'm seeing like celebrations there, some get-togethers and celebrations. And it's almost kind of like this healing thing for you. You know, it could just be helping you to get your mind off of things as you kind of just indulge in spending time at work and really, you know, enjoy being there. And then Six of Earth is also, I'm hearing at work, you might get a promotion, you may get a raise, or just like a bonus is what I'm seeing. So there may be some opportunities here for some financial gifts is what I'm seeing here. So Taurus, what else do we have coming up for Taurus this week? What else do we have coming up for Taurus this week? 10 of water. I love this. Okay, so happiness and joy and really feeling content is what I'm hearing here. And really feeling like you are prioritizing the things that really matter for you in your life. You know, you're kind of taking stock and looking at your life and kind of like, you know what? I may not have this or that, but I have this and I have this, and I'm just so incredibly grateful for all of that is what I'm seeing. So really putting like your priorities or your life and what really matters to you into perspective, and giving yourself permission to just simply be happy in the here and now is what I'm seeing here. 5 of air. Yeah. And I kind of see you just not really engaging in any of the drama or any of the things that are happening around you. It's almost like you're taking a detached perspective and walking away from anything that kind of disrupts your energy, or that kind of brings in this like weird toxic energy that wants to kind of seep in and take your power away or take your happiness away. It's almost like you're not really having it. You're setting up those boundaries, and you're just going to stay dedicated to your happiness is what I'm seeing here. So let's do a clarifying card for 5 of water and 8 of fire. Transformation. Yeah. So it's kind of like you're just making that conscious choice to transform anything that has really brought you down, or anything that has that whatever pain or disappointment or loss that has been brought into your life. You are taking that. It's like you're not taking this victim mentality. You're taking more of an empowered stance in it, where you are choosing to transform that into empowerment. You're using it somehow to fuel you forward, which is really beautiful. 10 of air, okay, with the 3 of pentacles and 6 of earth. Interesting. Again, I just kind of feel like with the 10 of air here, that there may be something in terms of work or finances that may help you to relieve some kind of heavy, stressful burden, or something that will help you to let go. Some of you may also be changing your jobs or changing your workplace. Some of you may be leaving a workplace because it just became too stressful. So that could be in that direction for others of you as well. Clarifying card for 10 of water and 5 of air. 4 of earth. So this is, I'm kind of hearing the word stability and kind of just wanting to stay where you are. Like there's almost like kind of holding on to what you have and not really wanting to make any sudden shifts or movements or change, you know? So this is, for you, Taurus, I kind of feel like this is all about just living in the moment and being present and just kind of preserving what you do have is what I'm sensing with the 4 of earth, like being comfortable in that. Some of you may also be kind of a little bit more careful with how much you're spending. You could just be kind of holding on to those resources because you want to be able to feel secure and safe. So some of you could be really doing some budgeting or some management there and making sure that you have enough. So just kind of taking on some kind of accountability or responsibility there by looking at like how much you have and how much you have saved, and just taking stock of it. And I'm not seeing it to be like this big project or anything. It's just kind of being mindful of it is what I'm seeing. Like you're mindful of, you know, being a bit more careful with what you're spending on. And then as your guidance card, we have poised and we have all that glitters. So there could be something here where what I'm seeing is You may find that what you thought something was didn't turn out to be what you thought it was. That's what I'm getting with all that glitter. So this is when like illusions come off, you know, and things that we thought were real, or, you know, just our perception of what we thought it was is kind of like dismantled, and the mask comes off, and it's not really as, you know, beautiful and glittery as we thought it was. But I'm also seeing with the poise card, I'm also seeing you kind of feel either relieved or just handling, you know, maybe some of the dynamics that are happening around you with a lot of poise. You're dealing with things with a lot of integrity, and you're staying very true to yourself, and you're not really allowing life to shake you up too much, even though sometimes in some areas life feels like it's being shaken up, or it has been shaken up. I'm not really seeing you kind of allowing it to really get to you. I'm kind of seeing you prioritize yourself, and making sure that you don't lose yourself in something that doesn't deserve your time and attention and energy. So there's a lot of integrity here, and there's a lot of being clear about where your priorities lie. And I feel like this month you're just going to practice that. You're going to practice what you truly believe is worth it to you based off of what you learned from the past. So beautiful and empowering message for you, Taurus. I really like this week for you, and I think that you're just going to really just enjoy yourself. So good for you, Taurus. Like, even if there's like stuff happening around you, I kind of see you just doing your own thing and not really letting it get underneath your skin. So beautiful. I love that. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead, Taurus, and I will be tuning into Gemini next. Okay, Gemini. Oh, okay. Here is the theme for you this week. It's your theme card, compassion. The vibration of compassion shines through my every cell. So there's a focus on the heart chakra this week for you, Gemini. And also being able to kind of deal with maybe a little bit more difficult people. And it doesn't have to be a bad thing, just maybe some people around you that kind of test your patience a bit is what I'm seeing. And so I think that you're going to approach these types of situations or these dynamics with compassion. I kind of feel like you are having a lot of patience this week. So your patience is gonna be really tested with I feel like it's with loved ones, you know, just kind of like you love them, but at the same time they can be a little bit, they can really test your patience sometimes. So I'm seeing that dynamic there. Okay, what else do we have coming up for Gemini this week of November 8th to the 14th? November 8th to the 14th for Gemini. Messenger of air. Okay, so open and honest communication is what I heard here. Being able to communicate with someone and opening up to them and kind of finding some clarity about some things that may illuminate your mind. You know, you may also kind of shift, your perspective may shift in some way. The way you're perceiving something or seeing something, it's almost like you have a change of heart after some kind of conversation that you have with someone in your life. And it could be with anyone. It could be with a family member. It could be with a friend. It could be with a partner. Anyone, really. You could also just kind of have a moment of clarity, you know, as you're maybe sitting in meditation or you're working on something. But there's something here about your perspectives changing or how you always saw something, like kind of changing the way you see something is what I'm seeing here. Clarifying card for Gemini for the messenger of air. The world, yeah. So something really kind of coming full circle is what I'm seeing. So I really kind of feel like there's some major perspective shift, and that perspective shift may really change the way you approach something from here on out. Justice. Wow. So there's a lot of rebalancing. So things that it might have been almost, and it kind of feels like almost karmic, you know, like some karmic cycle is coming full circle where, you know, maybe both parties or, you know, whoever is involved in some kind of dynamic where there's maybe some cycle or some kind of pattern that is finally coming to a close. And so now the energy or the vibe between some group of people or between two people in a relationship is a bit different now. And I'm seeing that it's something that really took a lot of hard work. It's something that took a lot of effort to really kind of push through. You know, we had to really kind of heal ourselves and push through each other, like work with each other's egos and pride, and really kind of, and it kind of feels like this is being done on a spiritual level. So this may not be something that we understand necessarily on the 3D level where we're dealing with other people and they may not understand it in that way. Like that, like what we're seeing in our physical reality could be very different from what's transforming in the spiritual realm. So on a spiritual level. So, but if you kind of get this sense that there's something deeper happening here, there probably is. You know, there might be something deeper, and you may just be able to sense it, but the people that you're dealing with are not sensing it, and because they just kind of, they're not tuned in that way. So, but they're still going through it because we're all spiritual beings. So they're still kind of, we're all still experiencing these things, but some of us are just more aware of kind of the deeper reality of what's happening, the spiritual reality. So there's something here kind of transforming on the spiritual level, and that will kind of change the energy between the relationships or some kind of dynamic on a physical realm. Okay, what else does Gemini have coming up for this week of November 8th, 14th? 3 of air. Okay, so this, I'm hearing kind of like feeling not heard. So this may kind of bring up a feeling of being unseen, is what I'm hearing. And that could have caused a heartbreak. So some of you could, you know, like just that feeling like maybe abandoned, feeling like, yeah, just not understood, not seen, abandoned, and kind of gave that abandoned experience here. What do we need to know about the 3 of air here for Gemini? The Tower, yeah. So I kind of feel like that energy could be shifting and changing. In whatever form, you know, there could be, for some of you, it could be like a relationship that really broke your heart and now it's kind of coming to an end. That it could be that. And there's also, but like from that energy, I was really feeling like just really like ignored or not seen or not heard. But it kind of feels like there's some kind of cycle there, even there, that's kind of ending. So maybe for some of you, you could have been in a relationship where that was a common thing, where you kind of felt like when you were in this partnership with this person, you never really felt heard or seen or valued. And now, I mean, it's like ending, you know, which could also bring that heartbreak. But at the same time, it's kind of a good thing in a way because it's, you know, that's a toxic relationship. So I think that there's something here about something needing to end is what I'm seeing. And that may not apply to everybody, and that's okay. It's not going to resonate with everyone, but that's what I'm seeing here. Okay, let's do a clarifying card for Messenger of Air and the World. The 4 of Water. Yeah, so what I'm seeing here is that there could be like a resistance, or there could have been some kind of like peace offering that I'm seeing that never really kind of took off. Like it's almost like there was something here about needing to reconcile something or needing to kind of communicate and to have everybody's like lay everybody's cards out on the table so we can kind of resolve something. And there could be some kind of dynamic here where another person doesn't want to do that or they're not willing to show up. So there could be some resistance there. But there is like an invitation for some kind of cycle to end here. And then we have the Ace of Air and the Four of Air. So again, clarity in a situation, clarity coming to a place of acceptance and surrender, and also kind of needing to detach. I kind of feel like you might have been working really hard on something, and so you might be needing rest. You may need some space to detach and to kind of let go, and to kind of, not really invest too much of your energy in something, because you may find that, something is kind of, you're not willing to, or you're kind of done with something, because it kind of feels like there's this sense of completion here for you. And I really feel like perhaps in this energy, there could be where you're wanting to kind of reconcile or wanting to kind of work through something, but the other person doesn't want to meet you halfway. And so you're kind of going into this space of, I can't control, other people, and I'm just going to accept the situation for what it is, and I'm going to retreat, is what I'm hearing. But at the same time, there is kind of like an emotional breakdown of this. There could be like a disappointment that, you're not able to get someone to work with you in the way that you want them to work with you. And so I feel like compassion for you and compassion for yourself in the whole situation is going to really come into play this week here. Transformation. I love this. So there is something changing and something transforming for you. I kind of really feel like there's some kind of long pattern or something that's just been there for a really long time is finally coming to an end. And on what level or what and how that plays out for, different people is going to change, but take it how it applies. There's just kind of like something, this long thing, like this. It could be, I keep feeling like relationship, but I don't necessarily see romantic relationships. It could be a dynamic with like your parents, or a dynamic with your siblings, or, a friend, something that has just been there for a really long time. And now there's some kind of resolution that's coming in, or some kind of, and it doesn't have to be like where both people are kind of making up, but it's almost like you're coming to a decisive moment, like what you're going to do about this, and then you're done with it, is what I'm saying. And then your guidance card is clean it up. Yeah. So, because I think that you are stepping into a new beginning. Every time we have the Tower in the world, after that, it's always the Fool. It's always like this new journey, this new path. So something is coming to an end for you. And I think right now it could be a week of, or even a month of really kind of cleaning up all of the unnecessary things that maybe we're investing our energy in. And that we're finding that we really don't need to invest our energy into this. Maybe waiting on someone, or expecting someone to kind of come around, or expecting some sort of communication from someone when we just know that it's not coming, or it's not going to happen. So I think that this week you may find that you're coming to a level of acceptance of something, and having just this really unconditional compassion for yourself and for the whole situation on how, something kind of is turning out, is going to really be important that you have that for yourself, that you can kind of pat yourself on the back, is what I'm hearing, for trying or for doing the best you can at something, and giving yourself the gift of thinking about what is it that you want, and what's going to make you happy, is what I'm hearing. So that's kind of like a really illuminating week ahead here for you. So beautiful message, I think, actually, because it's very revealing of something that might have been confusing for a very long time. So, okay, Gemini, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll be moving on to Cancer next. Okay, Cancer, what do we have coming up for you here in the coming week of November 8th to the 14th? Okay, so this is your theme for the week, is awakening. I am joyously awake and aware and ready for anything. So I kind of feel like you're going into this week with some enthusiasm, actually. I think that you're kind of coming into a new place of excitement and joy. And it's almost like you can feel something is changing and shifting. You can feel like this new beginning starting, and you can feel that it's good. You can feel that there's some really exciting things happening for you, and you're really ready to embark on this new chapter. So it's almost like you can see things happening before they happen. And that's going to really set the tone for how you go into this coming week here. But let's see what we have coming up for you this week of November 8th to the 14th for Cancer. What does Cancer need to know about this coming week for November 8th to the 14th? Okay, we have the Justice. Very powerful cards here. The Justice, the Strength. This is all about truth. And then the Ace of Air. Okay, so coming into clarity, coming into a sense of clarity and being honest and telling the truth. There's something about being revealing about the truth here, or something kind of really coming into your mind. I'm seeing dreams. So some of you may have a very profound dream or a vision in your mind. That's what I'm seeing. I'm kind of seeing that crown chakra and third eye being activated. And you may just kind of come into, or you may just have this a moment of like realizing something, like with the awakening, like all of a sudden everything just seems so clear and you totally get it and you know which way you need to go from here. And then it may be something where it may kind of scare you a bit, because something just, it's almost like you're just trusting your intuition so profoundly that it may be like, I'm not really sure if I'm even going the right way, but for some reason, I know I am. And so there's almost like with the Strength card, it's about having this unconditional trust in yourself and in the path ahead is what I'm seeing here. And then we have the Two of Fire and the Ace of Water. So this is also, again, about looking ahead to the future and taking some risks is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing you taking risks. You're kind of putting yourself out there, doing something different, or doing kind of something maybe you would think to yourself in the past that I don't know if I would have done it like this. But now it's almost like there's this new opportunity for a lot of happiness and a lot of fulfillment. And we have the Ace of Water there, which is really a beautiful opportunity for new happiness, like overflowing happiness. And it's a really sacred and special is what I'm hearing. So a lot of almost like the heart being just filled up with love. So there's something here that you may be taking a chance on something that you really love. Or something that just kind of really helps you or makes you come alive is what I'm seeing. So there's a lot of clarity on your path ahead is what I'm seeing, and you're kind of just, even if it's not really clear in the sense of like, what's going to happen, there's clarity on what your heart wants is what I'm seeing here. Oh my God, beautiful. And then we have the Empress card, which is such a beautiful, empowering card. It's so strong, Empress is just a woman. Sorry, I dropped some cards. A woman who really stands in her power. She really is someone who, she's someone who can really hold her own. I mean, she has her own abundance. She can really embody this. She embodies just this radiance. And I kind of feel like you're going into it with this, embodying this energy of the Empress, like it's almost like you've really transformed and you've awakened to your true potential and to who you are. And now you're really ready to kind of embark on this brand new journey, and you're taking those risks, but it's almost like you're coming from a place of a full heart. And you're not coming from a place of fear and from a place of functioning from, past experiences or bringing all that into the picture. No, I feel like you're coming from a place of transformation. You're coming from a place of, really ready to embark on a new journey with a lot of confidence. So this is a really powerful, beautiful journey ahead for you, Cancer. And then we have the Eight of Earth and the King of Fire. So this is about coming into a newfound passion for your work. So some of you may actually, I think that you're also kind of embodying this King of Fire in the sense that it could be someone that's coming into your life that's a King of Fire that's kind of really passionate and kind of matches you in that sense. But there's also something here with work as well, because we have the Eight of Earth here. And there's something kind of coming in for you that has almost like yielding the results of your hard work, like being able to see those results of hard work. And I kind of feel like maybe for some of you, you might be getting an opportunity who notices you or acknowledges the work that you've done. And really, I'm hearing the word compliments you in a way. So, so maybe you may be receiving that acknowledgement or some kind of like gift from a King of Fire for your hard work or the contribution that you have made for something here. Let's do a clarifying card with that. Really beautiful week ahead, Cancer. This is really nice. It's powerful, and it's full of trust and faith in your path, which is just gorgeous. I love that. Yeah, the Fool. Okay, the Fool and the Three of Air. How interesting. Very interesting. Three of Air, Fool. Okay, so I'm kind of hearing with the Three of Air and the Fool that this may be, this new path that you have ahead of you can be something that really almost like it's like I'm kind of seeing the ending stage of some kind of disappointment or some kind of heartbreak. It's like you're about to embark on something new in your life. I can see that. And I feel like with the Fool card, you are ready to kind of leave the pain of the past behind you. Wow. Yeah, like you're not taking it with you. I really kind of feel like you're moving somewhere or you're going somewhere or and it could just be spiritual. It doesn't have to be like a physical move. But it kind of feels like you are just ready to embark on something brand new here. And you're leaving the pain of the past behind you is what I heard. Okay, guidance card for Cancer. What is Cancer's guidance card for the week ahead of November 8th to the 14th? Higher power. Yeah, you know what? There is just so much divine guidance here. Very spiritual, very channeled into your physical reality. You know, there's just like complete trust that's coming through here, and so much illumination and so much like vision. I keep seeing vision. So a lot of you may have a very active third eye chakra or crown chakra. And it may really come in like through dreams and through visions, all that kind of stuff. So pay attention to any kind of strong intuitive hunches or hits that you get, because you're really being guided onto a beautiful path. And I think you know that. And I think you're in full trust and faith in that. So beautiful. And I really feel like you're being protected as well. I feel like you're being surrounded and protected. Your energy is being protected because you're on some kind of divine path and you're following that with courage and strength and bravery. And that trust. It's almost like that trust is being rewarded. So really beautiful, Cancer. I love this. This is wonderful. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. And I'll be moving on to Leo next. Okay, hey Leo, here's your reading for the week of November 8th to the 14th. This card just flipped out. It says getting ready to shuffle your deck. So simplicity, simplifying things, deep, profound serenity is expanding in my life. So this is the theme for your week coming up here, Leo. So I'm kind of feeling like you may have a lot going on actually. And so Spirit is kind of saying to maybe simplify things or to kind of... yeah, just simplify things, like kind of take some things off your plate is what I'm hearing. Okay, let's see what we have coming up for Leo here. Temptation, okay. Three of Water. Okay, so you may kind of feel like there are some people around you that are you may just kind of feel like you have a lot of people around you that are maybe a bit distracting, is what I'm hearing. So maybe a lot of, I'm hearing like literal temptation, like you're being tempted to maybe not work and kind of go out and party with other people, or there may be just a lot of people wanting something from you or wanting to, there's something about kind of being pulled from something you're supposed to be doing, is what I'm hearing. So being distracted or being pulled in your environmental sphere and having a hard time like juggling everything, which is probably why we have the simplicity card here. So reprioritizing and refocusing, you know, what's important and what you need to get done. See, what else do we have coming up for Leo? The Justice. Okay. Yeah, rebalancing the scales. I'm kind of feeling like there's a need. I keep hearing the word reprioritize. So there may be some things where you're trying to juggle, or you're almost like you're trying to make everybody else happy, and you're having a hard time finding time for yourself, is what I'm seeing here. So yeah, there may be a need to kind of set some boundaries and kind of be able to go at something alone or by yourself, like needing some space, is what I'm seeing. Because it kind of, I'm sensing there's some like chaos or some just energy around you where it's almost like hard to think because there's just so much happening. The Moon. Okay. Interesting. Some things being uncovered. Wow. Okay. So some of you may also be coming into a place of, you may be realizing something. There may be something that kind of comes to your awareness with the Moon card. So the Moon card usually shows up when, you know, there's an illumination or something in our shadow, something that's kind of hidden that we can't see, something that's in the subconscious or the unconscious. And so with the Ten of Air, I kind of feel like there may be some kind of insight that comes to you or some kind of realization that might help you alleviate something that has been really weighing you down or something that has been extremely stressful for you. Okay, let's clarify the Temptation and the Three of Water for Leo, please. Temptation and Three of Water for Leo. Ace of Air. Yeah. So again, this is kind of like cutting through the clutter. This is about kind of rising out of some kind of almost like some clouds or some fog, just like how the horse is kind of flying out of those clouds. You know, it's like being able to find some clarity in a situation, being able to think clearly, finding some quiet as well. So there may be a need for kind of decluttering this week and different, in a different sense of the word. Like it doesn't have to necessarily be a physical decluttering, but just maybe mentally decluttering. And so yeah, then we have the Seven of Water. This is kind of like having too many options or too many, feeling confused and having too many things on the plate, which is exactly what I saw for you in the beginning when I put down the Simplicity card. So I think that, yeah, this is going to be a week for you to kind of, just like the card, simplify things and not really take on too many projects. You may also find that you need to let some things go. You maybe need to check some things off of your to-do list, or maybe kind of cancel some plans with some people, because it kind of feels like you're being stretched a little thin. Your schedule is being stretched a bit thin, and it's becoming difficult to balance everything that you want to do, almost like you're trying to make everybody happy. And so you're not really finding time to really do the things that you really want to do. So reprioritize, again, I think is going to be the key word for you here, Leo. Okay, let's clarify the Moon and the Ten of Air here. The Moon and Ten of Air. Ten of Water. Wow. Oh my gosh. Really beautiful. So there's something here. I kind of feel like there's something that kind of gets cleared up for you that may have really weighed heavily on you in the past. And so this kind of clarity or illumination may actually bring in some happiness. It may bring in a sense of joy and happiness for you, where you really feel like something gets cleared up for you, and it's almost like this overpouring, or almost like a relief is what I'm hearing. There's something that is a relief for you. Okay, let's pick out a guidance card here for you, Leo. We have coming up for Leo. Guidance card for Leo. Blessed. Beautiful. I kind of feel like there is, apart from, just a lot going on, you may also just kind of feel really lucky. Lucky, you may kind of feel like you're really, you may be surrounded, is what I'm saying. You're surrounded by family and surrounded by a lot of loved ones. If I can simplify it, that's kind of what I'm seeing, is just being surrounded by, just the people that really bring a lot of joy and happiness to your life. And I think that that's going to really help you to feel a sense of fulfillment and happiness this week. That you may feel like, I'm also kind of seeing that some of you are missing some people, like you may be missing like family or people you haven't seen in a while, and maybe you are getting ready to see them. You're looking forward to that. And so you're kind of this sense of like, I'm so lucky that I have these people in my life, or I have this kind of life. This is really nice. So there may be some sense of like gratitude and reverence for some of the things that you have. So this is really sweet. I like this, Leo. This is really beautiful. I think you're going to have a good week ahead. I think that it's just about kind of reprioritizing and maybe not taking on too much. So good week ahead. I hope this was helpful, and I will be tuning into Virgo next. Okay, Virgo, what do we have coming up for you this week? What's the theme for Virgo? The week of November 8th to the 14th here. What is the theme for Virgo this week for November 8th to the 14th? Miracles. Beautiful. I like that. My life is a miracle. So I'm here that something, you may be surprised at how something works out. Like a surprise, some kind of surprise that's coming in for you. Something very surprising. Like almost like you didn't think something would work, but it actually ends up working. Better than what you thought. Okay, let's see. What do we have coming up for Virgo this week? For November 8th to the 14th. Wow. Oh, okay. So the end, I heard the end of worries. So yeah, like, I mean, there may be something that kind of works out that you might have been worried about. Almost like an answer to your prayer. Yeah, and it may come in the form of communication with somebody, like someone comes in with an offer, or you hear back from someone is what I'm hearing. Like there may be some open communication or some kind of offer or some kind of like connection with someone that has been something that has caused you to worry. Interesting. What else for Virgo? What else do we have coming up for Virgo this week? Queen of Fire. Ace of Water. Okay. And the Fool. Interesting. Okay. So I'm hearing that you may find, there's some kind of emotional happiness or contentment that's coming in, something that opens up your heart, something that really gets you ignited and excited for something, almost like it's like a renewal in some kind of dynamic. It could be in a relationship. Maybe someone comes in with a love offer. This could be a relationship. Sometimes messenger of water could also be, someone who comes in with asks you out, or you connect with someone new and different, because it is the Fool card, and then we have the Ace of Water. So this is just, feeling really excited. It kind of feels like there's something in the beginning stages here. So just kind of embarking on a new kind of maybe relationship with someone. And some of you could also be that you found a new friend. So I'm kind of seeing like a connection with someone. So there may be an opportunity to meet up with someone here, kind of spark some kind of connection with somebody here. Oh my gosh, I love this. So we have the King of Fire, and then we have the Queen of Fire. So so there may be some kind of special connection that comes in here for you, Virgo. Kind of feels like this is a love reading, actually. So really beautiful. Okay, cool. And it could be something that, some of you for a while have felt kind of like you really want to find someone, but you can't really find someone. And it's really, caused you to have some worries. So I think that that's the end of that because of the World card here. So there could be the ending of some kind of long await, almost like really being stuck in that mind space. So I feel like there's something clearing up here for you, and there's a new beginning in terms of relationships here. Clarifying card for the King of Water and the Eight of Earth. With the Eight of Earth, this could be someone who works very hard, very diligent is the word that I'm hearing, very passionate about the work that they do. And I feel like they match you in some way. So, I mean, it's not gender specific. So one could be the Queen of Fire and the other one the King of Fire, but it's almost like there's a really good match and a complement there. You know, it's almost like you guys are kind of at the same level in terms of passion and in terms of like you really see eye to eye, or you just match on a vibratory level there. Wow, beautiful. Six of Fire. So some of you could be influencers. Some of you could be just really recognized or in the public eye. And so it's like but there's like a confidence about you that you exude. So there's a lot of like, you know, this charismatic energy that's coming through and a lot of enthusiasm. So both of you could have kind of like that personality where very, you know, just like to kind of, you have that fire, that passionate fire there. So this is really beautiful. I think that this week might be an opportunity to really connect with someone that really matches you in that way. So very cool. So get ready for maybe some passionate connection here this week, Virgo. Okay, guidance card for Virgo this week of November 8th to 14th. What does Virgo need to know for this week of November 8th to the 14th? Time for a nap. So some of you may be just working too hard, I think. Don't forget to rest. Don't forget to relax. I think some of you also heard some of you might be partying too hard. Just kind of going out a lot and on all that good stuff. So, which is great. Enjoy yourself. But I think that don't forget to balance it out and make sure that you rest and that you also find time to yourself this week. But all in all, it kind of feels like, Virgo, this is a good week for you. I think that there may be something that kind of happens that's unexpected, and it kind of feels like it's with a person. So that's really exciting if that kind of turns out for some of you. So wonderful energy coming in, that those doors are open is what it feels like. Okay, beautiful energy, Virgo. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll be moving into Libra next. Okay, Libra, what do we have coming up here for you for November 8th to the 14th? What is Libra's theme card here? Delight. Okay. I delight in everything in my world, and divine joy fills me. Beautiful. This is the theme for your week here. So this is all about enjoying and staying in the present moment is what I heard. I kind of feel like you're just really soaking up all the beautiful moments in your life and feeling very blessed that you have them. So this is all about feel good. Like this is all heart chakra, warm heart chakra energy here, Libra. So there may be some moments this week where you really feel like you feel very lucky and blessed. And so there may be some new beginnings here, but a really wonderful new beginning where your heart is really opening. There's like an overflowing of emotions. And I kind of feel like there's something here with just, in relationships, or, maybe you're just connecting with some really beautiful people that you really love. And then we have the King of Earth and the Page of Fire here. So I kind of feel like you're showing up as the King of Earth here, Libra. And I kind of feel like there could be a new opportunity for some, I was going to say new job. So it could be a new job or a promotion opportunity, or it could also be something that comes in for you that really makes you happy, that you really kind of, almost kind of excites the creativity in you here. Queen of Earth, beautiful. Okay, so there might be also someone else in your life that is the Queen of Earth, or you could be the Queen of Earth and then there's someone that's like the King of Earth in your life. That's what I'm kind of seeing here. So I feel like there's like a really nice connection with someone in your life. This is beautiful because this is just, equal match, So some of you could be married, like a, husband and wife, and there could just be some new passion that comes into your life. So there's like a renewal in that energy or in that frequency here. So what do we have coming up for Queen of Earth here? But there's also like a sense of stability, like financial stability in the relationship and harmony. Okay, Queen of Earth, I need to know. Wow, okay, yeah. This really feels like a marriage, actually. This feels like a marriage union between someone, but it kind of feels like this is a good week for maybe reconnection, or there may be like this like a spark that kind of gets reignited in a relationship here. So that's really beautiful, and it could just be feeling just really connected with the person that you have in your life, which is really nice. I love this. This is really good. Okay, let's do a clarifying card for the Fool and the Ace of Earth. So there is kind of a new beginning, something that has really kind of opened up your heart, and something that you're really kind of almost like I'm hearing gushing over. Very beautiful. I love this. This is really nice energy, Libra. Okay, what is a clarifying card for the Fool and the Ace of Water here? It's almost as if they're like, nope, that's good. That Libra's gonna have a good week. Okay. Seven of Earth, beautiful. Okay, so there may be something here that's kind of like, okay, so I'm seeing this in two ways. So one way is that you could just be kind of looking at this new path ahead of you and kind of analyzing and assessing it and trying to prepare for what you need in order to kind of go forward from here. And this could also just be with the Seven of Earth, could also just be, again, just kind of taking delight and kind of stopping for a second and looking at all that you have accomplished and how far you've come. So that's really nice. And then you have the King of Air here with the King of Earth and the Page of Fire. So some of you could be reconnecting with like with a friend or with like a coworker. There's something here in terms of work, I feel like, that has this energy of working together and kind of balancing out the it could be someone, I kind of feel like it could be someone who has very analytical skills, is very, thinks with everything without their emotions, just very, very straightforward is what I'm hearing. And then you could be Libra, someone who's just very grounded, very nurturing, very caring, but also very good with being practical in the everyday matters and having that stability there, which is really beautiful. Okay, so I kind of feel like there's just a reconnection, or some of you could be getting into a business partnership or some kind of work dynamic where you have the Page of Fire and then you have the King of Earth and the King of Air there. Okay, Queen of Earth and the Hierophant. So what do we need to know about the Queen of Earth and the Hierophant here? Kind of feels like there's something spiritual or some kind of dynamic here with the Queen of Earth and Hierophant. I feel like some of you have a Queen of Earth in your life. And there's something, because it could be like a marriage. So you have the King of Earth and the Queen of Earth. What else do we need to know? What's the clarifying card for the Queen of Earth and Hierophant? Okay. Messenger of Water, okay. And the Four of Fire. Beautiful. Okay, so there may be some kind of new opportunity or something, some kind of connection with a messenger of water, and something to do with the home and stability. This could be children. This could be children. Sometimes the Ace of Water is also children, and sometimes I associate that with kids, or like a new baby or like birth. So there could be some kind of really strong foundational focus on home life this week for you, Libra. You know, it could just be kind of coming together with family, children, spending time in the home, reconnecting with people, reconnecting with old friends, and kind of having like this really nice reunion almost is what I'm kind of feeling. So maybe some of you are having like a family reunion, or you're getting together with some friends and you're having that kind of be the forefront of this week for you. Really nice. Okay. Guidance card for Libra this week. Regeneration, beautiful. So it kind of feels like there's something here where you're going to feel just something, some kind of, because of the connections or some kind of dynamic from this week that's kind of coming together, is you're going to feel like renewed or regenerated. So it could just be something that's long overdue. So perhaps for some of you, you haven't seen your family in a long time, or you haven't reconnected with your friends in a long time, or, you know, you just kind of need this renewal. You need to refresh the energy. And so I feel like this week, some of you are going to get that as you're kind of getting together with people, because I really strongly feel like there's something here about getting together with the people you love, and then just kind of really savoring that, and then that will kind of replenish and renew you. So very beautiful energy, Libra. I think that this is a beautiful week ahead for you, and I think you're going to really enjoy it. Actually, I'm not seeing anything that feels like, you know, it just all, the energy is really nice. So I hope you enjoy that, and I hope you enjoy the week ahead. Enjoy your time with, you know, the people that you love, that you're reconnecting with. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll be moving on to Scorpio next. Hi, Scorpio. Welcome to your November 8th to the November 14th reading. I'm just picking out a theme for you this week. Let's see what your theme is for the week of November 8th to the 14th. What do we have coming up for Scorpio this week? Oh, wow. Okay. We have 4 cards. Beautiful. All right, of course. Okay, so we have the Strength, of course. I can't imagine a Scorpio reading without Strength. And then we have Believe. I'll just put these in the middle first, and then I'll kind of move them to the side in a second. Believe. The best is yet to come. This card, I don't know why, but almost makes me emotional. So we'll get into that in a second. And then we have Courage. We have Strength and Courage. Okay. And then Simplicity. Beautiful. Okay. So Scorpio, you're going through a lot of changes, and I know that. And it's going to be, sometimes I think that it's hard to believe, and I wasn't even looking at the Believe card when I said that, but it's hard to believe that the best is yet to come. I think that sometimes we get in our head a lot about, you know, how we think things, just because of how things have always gone. And we get stuck there. You know, we get stuck in that thinking. And I think that you're being challenged. I think your biggest challenge right now, Scorpio, is to trust. And to kind of surrender a sense of control over how you think things need to turn out. And I think that's probably one of the hardest things for you to do, Scorpio. And I think that's why Strength and Courage are both coming up here. I have a deep inner strength and glorious vitality, and I live life passionately and courageously. And I think that right now in the month of November, I think that for you, Scorpio, you can see that about yourself. I think that you can see about yourself that sometimes you struggle with believing that things are going to be better. And that things are coming. And I know that you can sense it because you're such an intuitive sign. But I think that there's almost like we need to take a second. This is almost spirit saying like, okay, let's just take a second and just tackle this month. Because as we're going forward with all the beautiful things coming in for Scorpio, because they are, that we need to kind of get Scorpio's mindset into this state that that they can have these wonderful things coming into their life. So this is all about that positive thinking, even when it's the hardest to do, based off of the experiences that you've had. And that's kind of like the point, almost, is what I'm saying, is like, can you still have this outlook given all of the stuff you went through? And then with the Simplicity card, I kind of sense that you may be taking on too many things. You may be having like too many ideas, and it may be confusing you. Like you may feel like there are so many things, like because you're kind of sensing these changes for you. And so you may find that you're taking on too many, like, because trying to, again, control the outcome, you know, trying to control how something needs to turn out when it turns out. And that, like, if you're not prepared, or like, what if I didn't do enough? And what if I'm not prepared and everything is just going to come crashing down and not go the way that I wanted it to go because I didn't do enough? So I think that this week I think that there's a message here of focusing on allowing all the things that you've done up until now. And yeah, let's keep it there. I think that the project or the message to focus on this week is, can you just take a week and just acknowledge how far you've come? That's it. And allow things to be what they are. Allow the moment to be what it is, even if it's not where you want to be right now. Because there is something coming in for you. But it almost feels like it's not really in your control, but we keep convincing ourselves it is. Not saying not to work or not to like work on things and to just kind of like forget about everything. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that give yourself some grace. Give yourself some compassion and give yourself some credit. That's the message that's coming in with these cards. So I'm going to move these to the side here. And then let's get into these cards here for Scorpio. This week of November 8th to the 14th. What do we have coming in for Scorpio for this week of love? Relationships, okay. What about love for Scorpio? Six of Fire, okay. So some of you are being noticed. It kind of feels like there's someone watching you. Because the Six of Fire is the card of acknowledgement. It's a card of victory. And it's also the card of kind of coming out of your shell. It's the card of being seen, allowing yourself to be seen, shining your light, and kind of saying, hey, look, here I am. This is who I am, and I'm going to shine it. And that energy is attracting something very special, is what I'm hearing. It's attracting a special energy. Yeah, okay. Patience, like I said, there's stuff coming in the Believe card. It's like almost like giving yourself permission to say it's okay if, you know, there are times where I kind of feel like maybe I'm not doing enough. I feel like that energy is coming in. Like maybe you're like telling yourself it's not enough, I'm not doing enough, I didn't do enough, you know? So I kind of want that energy. There's almost like this, please kind of let's go back and fix the way we're talking to ourselves. So let's kind of readjust, you know, how much we may be kind of beating ourselves up about maybe what we didn't do or how fast something is happening. And if it's not happening fast enough, it's because I'm doing something wrong. And it's not because you're doing something wrong. It's just divine timing. It's not time yet. Just keep going where the trajectory that you're going, because there's something brewing or building underneath, and it feels like a giant iceberg. like icebergs, like you only see the tip, but then you look underneath and it's huge, right? So it's like we can't see it, but it's there. It's definitely there. And it's just not time yet for you to see it, but it doesn't mean that it's not there. And then we have the Seven of Swords here. So the Seven of Swords is, I'm kind of sensing that there's maybe some kind of dynamic with a Seven of Swords. So someone who kind of can be dishonest or deceiving, you know, some kind of deception is what I'm hearing. Like not being really honest about who they are, like almost like they're wearing a mask. And there could be something here about knowing that, you know? And so there may be some kind of situation here about dealing with someone who is a bit dishonest or not really who they say they are. And so there may be some kind of urgency for you to need to put something to rest, or for you to kind of, figure something out. But I kind of feel like there's something that needs to play out before that happens. there's like a push for a resolution, but it's almost like the resolution is not happening fast enough, is what I'm hearing. And then we have the messenger of fire, which is a creative ideas and ingenuity. So this is kind of having a spark, or having the courage to, still seeing like having the courage to shine with your creative skills and gifts is what I'm seeing. So it's almost like you're putting your energy and you're putting it towards shining. And then we have the Tower card here. So what I'm seeing is that this may be the end for you. Oh no, that was the card. Okay, sorry. I didn't mean to do that. This was the card that wanted to, oh my God, this is so beautiful. 10 of Earth. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is that there is some kind of like really creative or, you know, really awesome ideas that are coming into you that you're working on and that you're doing and that you're putting that energy towards. And it is, so I think with the Tower card here, you are going through a major ending of something where it's always held you back. So there's some kind of pattern that's ending. But I feel like this pattern, this ending is happening in your favor. So this is not feeling like, it may feel like a lot of changes and just your structure and your environment and everything is changing, but it feels like it, and I think you know this, that it's changing for the better. It's changing in your favor. I feel like there's something shifting in your favor. And so maybe some kind of trajectory of how something has always gone is no longer going to go in that direction. So there's a massive shift and redirection into another place where it's more in alignment with you receiving abundance, because we have the 10 of Earth there. And so this is the being able to hold on to your abundance. So maybe some of you have gone through a long period of feeling like no matter what I do, I can just I'm never able to generate this thing for myself. And so I think that a lot of you are taking on some very brave steps and very courageous choices. And you're being rewarded by it. You're kind of taking back that power is what I'm seeing here. Okay, let's go back and let's clarify the Love and the 6 of Fire. What do we need to know about the Love and 6 of Fire? Because there is something you're attracting and it's beautiful. I mean, it's the Love card, it's the Lover's card. So what else do we need to know about this? The Love and 6 of Fire for Scorpio. Six of Water. Okay, so it may have to do with something from the past. It may have something to do with your, you know, kind of catching someone's attention from the past. It could be like a past relationship or something like that. Perhaps there's something having to do with social media here. What else do we need to know about this? What does Scorpio need to know about the Love, the 6 of Fire, and the 6 of Water? I feel like there's a healing energy, but there's also kind of something kind of like allowing yourself to feel something. Okay. All right. Okay. So we have the 10 of Fire, which I actually really, okay, I like this. So the 10 of Fire, the 8 of Water, and then the Queen of Earth. Okay. So I feel like you are putting to rest something from the past. You are, and this could be someone who is like, you know, it could have been like a really strong love connection from the past, you know, and if it's not strong, it could have been something that like really made an impact in your life. It's something that was profound. And so it really affected your life a lot. And so I think that though, whatever this is, it kind of doesn't feel like it needs to be in your life anymore. It kind of feels like you're done with it. And it was a heavy, heavy burden that you were carrying. And so with the 10 of Fire, I feel like you're finally putting it down. You're done with it. You're burning it down. And you're burning it down and you are moving on. You're moving on to better things. You're moving on to better horizons, things that will make you happy, searching for that happiness. And then we have the Queen of Earth, where you are building your abundance. You are coming into your own. And this is also the card of financial independence. You know, this is the Queen of Earth knows how to carry her own. She knows how to, you know, just be this independent, fierce woman, but who is also very caring and nurturing and kind, and is just very connected with the surroundings of her. Like she has this wisdom about her, but this maturity about her, but she mixes that in with her compassion and caring, and she's still very like very grounded and relatable is the word that I'm hearing. So this is kind of like the energy that you are exhibiting, or this is the energy that you are embodying. And you are walking away from things that have just sucked you dry, is what I'm hearing. And you're ready to move on to better things. You're taking all of the lessons and you're taking all of the things that you have gathered up until now, and you're ready to move forward. Okay, and then these are the two cards that popped up here, is patience. With the patience and the 7 of air, we have the 5 of fire, and then we have the 6 of air. So this could be something where you might have to kind of, I don't know, there may be some kind of confrontation with someone who is the 7 of fire, because oftentimes the 7 of fire is the card of deception, or people not really being, honest, or, trying to, not really being honest, right? Selfish. And then there is the 5 of fire, which is often the card of kind of standing your ground, is what I'm hearing. Standing your ground, standing for what you believe in. And there's also something here about regaining your independence. So you may be dealing with some kind of toxic situation where there's someone in the situation that is not really being honest and being very deceptive. And so I think that for you, Scorpio, you're just being very observant, and you're kind of seeing everything for what it is, and you're calling it out. And obviously people don't like that. But you're standing your ground, and you're being courageous and strong. And you are speaking up for yourself, and you are allowing, it's kind of like you're just patiently waiting for something to kind of come to a resolution, so you know when the right time is for you to move on. And I kind of feel like you're almost making a decision or a choice to move out of some kind of toxic situation, because we have the 6 of air here. And the 6 of air is often the card of travel, movement, and walking away from just chaos, and choosing better for ourselves, and choosing to be more in a place where we can be happy, like kind of looking for, and it doesn't come without its wounds and its scars that we're going to need to heal, and we may be healing right now. So I kind of feel like that's the space that you're in, that you may find that this week something may happen, or some kind of argument, or some kind of conversation, or you may just see the reality of a situation. You may see someone for who they really are, and it'll help you make your decision of whether you want to stay or whether you want to go, is what I'm seeing. And I'm seeing you going. I'm seeing you kind of not really put up with stuff anymore. I almost kind of feel like you have this, I need to just stick with myself, and I need to listen to my own intuition and my own inner guidance, and I need to go in a direction where I can be happy. So there is this level of kind of like being, and again, I always get, whenever I see this card with the 10 of earth and the wolf, I always think of lone wolf. It's kind of like, I'm going to just be this right now, for at least right now, I need to kind of do this on my own, or this is something that I need to do on my own, or I'm being challenged to do on my own. And so that's going to test, this new level of strength and courage within you, that you can kind of use to, like, it will kind of transform you into this queen of earth, and also probably even the empress is what I'm seeing, even if the empress doesn't come out. It's like you're transforming into the empress if you're not already one. Okay, I'm going to do one more clarifying card here for the 10 of earth. Beautiful. Yeah. Okay. So temptation, again, just kind of not being too fixated on that control is what I'm seeing. It's almost kind of like, okay, so what I'm hearing is like you have all these ideas and these plans of how you think things are going to go and how you're going to manifest things. And then it's like something just like completely out of the blue happens, and you're like, okay, never mind. That's not what I had planned, but this is so much better is what I'm seeing. So just be patient with it, be patient. It's okay. Have your plans, work on those goals, because that's what's pushing you to, create this new reality for yourself. But I kind of feel like something is going to kind of happen where you're just kind of like, oh, well, that's totally different from what I was picturing, but this is just so much better for me. So it's kind of like spirit gives us what we need when we need it. Not always what we want or what we ask for. Because sometimes we don't always know what, it's like we think we know what we want, but sometimes we don't know what's good for us, and then something else comes into our life, and we're like, oh, I'm so glad it happened this way instead, because if I had that other thing that I really wanted, it wouldn't have brought me this. So I kind of feel like there's that kind of energy that's coming in for you. So and so that kind of tells me that you know, there's a sense of like needing to kind of let go of the outcome, which I think is just such a huge challenge for Scorpio. It really is. I can feel it, you know, how hard that is. And so it's just take it like one day at a time and really allow yourself to appreciate. And I'm hearing from Spirit a way you can do that, something that might help to kind of let go, is to reflect back on your past and to see how far you've come, see how much work you've done, see how strong you are, how brave you are. And if you could have survived all of those things, how can you doubt that you would survive what's coming up? You know, like that kind of just acknowledge and validate all of that for yourself, because that's going to really help you to see your value and your importance here. Okay, guidance card for Scorpio. Guidance card for Scorpio for this week of November 8th to the 14th. I love this so much. I love that you have the 10 of Earth and you have milk and honey. You have some major abundance coming in. And not just major abundance, you have like happiness coming in. You know, you have friends, you have partnerships, you have wishes come true. And I think even like in ways that you never would have thought of for yourself, like some things that may even kind of drop into your life that you don't even realize you needed. You know, like just these beautiful gifts that just kind of drop in, and you're just like, you experience it or you have it and you're like, I'm so glad that this is here. I didn't even know I needed this, and I totally needed it. This is beautiful. I love this. And now I can't imagine my life without it. And I don't know what that is, but because it'll be different for different people. But I mean, there's that energy there, you know, of being given things that we like, again, you know, things that we need, not necessarily what we always ask for or what we want. So just kind of be prepared for that. Kind of be prepared for, you know, Spirit kind of making a little bit adjustments on your vision board, you know, or on this manifestation or visualization things that you do. So, okay. Beautiful week ahead, Scorpio. Super active, lots of things happening for you, lots of changes. And so your biggest test, I think, is to trust and to surrender. I really do. I really think that that's, and to kind of permission to relax. You know, I'm giving you permission to relax. Spirit is giving you permission to relax, because when you relax, I kind of feel like it will help to manifest whatever's coming in for you much quicker. The resistance or the sense or the control will almost kind of not slow it down necessarily, but it'll just kind of make it a bit unpleasant, because you're just worrying all the time about how something's going to happen. So I kind of feel like if we can relax and surrender and to acknowledge and validate, you know, how far we've come and just be in that space, that will set a really nice undertone for things to come in a much more beautiful way. So I hope that was helpful. Beautiful stuff coming in for you, Scorpio. I'm so happy for you because you have so much abundance and power coming in. So, okay. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll be tuning into Sagittarius next. Hi, Sagittarius. Okay, so we have your theme for this week, which is faith. Life is divinely guided. Okay, so this is kind of the undertone of what this week is going to be like for you for the week of November 8th to the 14th, is to have faith and to trust in the process and know that when you need it, that assistance and aid will come. You may be feeling a little bit like you're kind of floating without any support, or just kind of, you know, Yeah, almost like feeling a bit like not like there's no floor beneath you almost. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, faith. Okay, what do we have coming up for Sagittarius this week of November 8th to the 14th? What do we have coming up for Sagittarius for November 8th to the 14th? Okay, Four of Earth, High Priestess. Interesting. Okay, and we have the Star card. All right, and then we have King of Air, Three of Air. So some of you could be really, actually, you may find that you have some kind of insight this week. You know, there's I love the High Priestess card here because it's kind of this energy of really tuning into our spiritual gifts is what I'm hearing. And there's something here about, for you, Sagittarius, like needing to kind of regain some sense of balance or being able to hold on to a sense of security or stability. And I kind of feel like you're needing to hold on to something here. And I kind of feel like something may come in here for you where you get some kind of insight or you tune into some kind of gift of yours. There's something here that's being gifted to you. And I feel like it's on a spiritual level. And then we have the Star card, which is the hope and that faith. So faith, it really feels, hope and faith feel like it's a really central to you right now, Sagittarius, especially in this week. So there's something you're kind of, it's like you're waiting on something. You're waiting for something here. And then we have the King of Air and the Three of Air. So this could be someone that's in your life. I kind of feel like a King of Air. So someone that could be, you know, we have a broken heart here is what I'm seeing. Someone who is quite cold and not compassionate and only needs you to see it from their angle. Quite honestly, kind of feels like a little bit of narcissism is there. Sometimes that can show up with the King of Air, not always, but you know, can kind of show up with the King of Air here. Let's clarify this. The King of Air and Three of Air. What do we need to know about the King of Air and the Three of Air for Sagittarius? King of Air and Three of Air for Sagittarius. Six of Fire. Okay, interesting. I actually like the Six of Fire here. It kind of feels like there's some kind of upper hand or victory. I mean, the Six of Fire is the card of victory. And it's the card of, you know, kind of winning. Yeah, winning, victory. It's so there might be some kind of resolution that comes with some kind of dynamic with the King of Air. Someone that has, you know, maybe that is quite toxic, and you know, maybe it's an energy that you've been trying to kind of pull yourself out of or move yourself out of. And so it kind of feels like there's either some assistance that comes in that helps you to kind of move out of this dynamic with a King of Air. It almost kind of feels like there's an ending there, or there's at least some kind of some victory or win over it is what I'm seeing here. The Six of Fire. So that's a really good energy there. Okay, what else do we have coming up for Sagittarius this week? What else do we have coming up for Sagittarius? Okay, and then we have the Ace of Water. This is so beautiful. And then the Empress. And the Hanged Man. This is gorgeous, actually. I love this. So, new beginning. There's a new emotional beginning here. I kind of feel like you're coming out of some kind of toxic situation. You're coming out of some kind of dynamic with a toxic individual, is what I'm seeing here. And I feel like probably by the end of the week, or, you know, sometime in this month, I feel like there's something kind of changing here where you're getting a new beginning, because Ace of Water is a card of emotional fulfillment, and I'm kind of feeling like relief or freedom. And you're stepping into this Empress role. I love the Empress role because this is such an empowering card. It's a card of feeling like you got your life back, is what I'm hearing. So there's something about freedom, and there's something about being able to find your sovereignty. And then there's the Hanged Man here. So this is kind of like surrendering to the process and knowing that you've done enough, you know, that you are in the right path. And this is almost about having that faith. Again, there's something here about surrendering, faith, and hope. So that's going to be very important to you, for you to hold on to that, because it really feels like there is help or assistance on the way, either spiritually, or it could be sent through a person in your life, or some kind of you know, assistance that comes in that will help you kind of pull you out of some kind of situation, is what I'm seeing here. This is really nice. I love this. Let me pick out a couple more guidance cards here for you. What else is coming up for Sagittarius? Guidance card for Sagittarius this week. Thinker. And then exchanging gifts. So with the Thinker card, I kind of feel like you may be just really lost in your thoughts. I'm almost kind of feeling like you're ruminating, or you're just reflecting back on your past. Like you may be kind of lost in thought this week. And then with the exchanging gifts, it feels more like there is a gift that you have. Excuse me. Like there is a gift that you have, and that's what I was kind of seeing with the High Priestess. So some of you could be super intuitive. There's just some kind of spiritual gift that's coming in for you, and I'm not sure in what way. Let me pick out some more cards here. Maybe some kind of insight. I'm sorry. I've been talking for a very long time, and towards the some of the readings I start to cough. Okay. What else do we need to know about this? Diligence and voyage. You may have an opportunity to go somewhere or leave somewhere. With the voyage, I kind of feel like you're definitely leaving a situation, because we also have that six of fire kind of always also kind of reminded me of you kind of going somewhere or taking off somewhere. There's kind of something you're separating yourself from. Yeah, there's like a separation coming in here, and there may be something here where you are kind of working, you're putting in the work, you're being very diligent and kind of getting yourself out of a situation, is what I'm seeing. But I think the most important message here for you is to hold on to the faith. Yeah, there's something about faith and hope, because there is some kind of assistance coming in. And I see you traveling. There may be someone that kind of tells you, hey, come stay with me. So you can kind of get away from like some kind of situation here. So be open for that. Be open for someone kind of coming in and helping you out, or kind of taking you out of some kind of situation, or asking you to come stay with them, or something like that. And it kind of feels like you're embarking on some kind of, you do have like a beginning coming up, but it's almost as if that you are first kind of focused in on a current situation right now, so you can get to this new beginning for you. But I really feel like there's some energy, and I'm really kind of strongly feeling it from the King of Air, that there's someone that you kind of need to get away from because it just feels toxic. And it's almost like it's bringing you down. It's dragging you down. Like it's this heavy weight that you need to put down. And I think you know that. And I think that you're kind of taking the proper steps to kind of get yourself out of some kind of situation so you can have a new beginning, an emotional new beginning. And I kind of feel like you'll go into this, you'll kind of go into this new beginning, and I feel like it'll happen for you in the next, definitely within the next year. So like 2022 will feel radically different from this year for you. You know, it'll just look like a whole different life. I almost feel like for you, Sagittarius, it'll be really different. So, but I can see that you're just trying to navigate I'm hearing the word interlude. I don't know why I heard that word, but it's almost like there's like this thing that you have to kind of get through first in order to get to the place where you're supposed to be, almost, is what I'm seeing. Okay. I hope that was helpful, Sagittarius. I think that it's almost kind of feels like I'm seeing like really carefully like knitting something. So it's almost like they're showing me like just being very like particular or precise in the way something is being done, is what I'm saying, like detail, like paying attention to some details or something. So very interesting, Sagittarius. I hope you have a good week ahead. I hope that this was helpful. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and I will see you for next week. Bye everyone.